Hi everyone. Just wanted to get with you on It's All About the Party. Bear with me through all of this because this is way out of my comfort zone. So just remember when your director asks you to go out of your comfort zone, they do too. So just remember that. Anyway, we're going to do a quick review on what we learned from class 1. I hope you all got your why made out. As you know, that is very important. And you want to decide how you want to do business and how much income you want to earn. Set your schedule. We'll cover more of that here in this class. And always, always, always keep your door open with your director. They'll help you, guide you, hold you accountable. They're there to support you 100% to be successful. And find someone to offer the power chef to. Continues. Think of how your brain works. It's a mindset. You need to decide if you're going to do whatever it takes to achieve your goal. Mastery, you want to start learning the tools of the business. Learning equals earning. So when you drop that L, you're making some money while you're learning too. And it never, ever, ever stops. Movement, you want to put everything what you do into action. How do you put your mindset and your mastery into action? You don't have to be perfect, but you do have to move. That is the only way that you are going to be successful and doing what you want to do when you get out and actually do it. In this class, we're going to cover how to set up your work calendar, how to make a mastery list and keep it updated, how to meet new people, how to date new parties, the 4 kinds of parties, and then fundraisers as well. So I hope you all got your homework turned in and everything, and you scheduled your grand opening. You let your director know what days you want to work, how much money you want to earn, how many parties you want to hold, and how you want to run your business. The next step. So what's next? Well, first, you need a work schedule. Stop and think. Big question. Do you want to do this as a hobby or as a business? You can make spare time, part-time, full-time, or executive income. The choice is always up to you on how you want to run your business. The time you put in it will determine the income that you earn. So the first thing you want to do is set your date book and get your date book handy. Now I'm going to show you my date book for October. It is highlighted a lot more than it normally is highlighted, but because I have a big goal with it being Record Breaker Month, I want to party a lot in the month. So right now, here is how my October is highlighted out and everything. There are some parties that I have not added to it yet, but as you can see, I got it all lined up so that I am ready when I go to date parties, that I can quickly take a glance at my calendar and know when I want to do parties. October is a month that I talk to my family and they know that there's not going to be much time with me, but we have a huge reward at the end of the month for them supporting me and helping me make this the best month possible. Otherwise, I do have different colors in my date book. I might have like blue for family time or pink for doctors and things like that. So always highlight those. And when you start your date book, make sure you put in your family first, because we always believe family comes first. So mark those days that are for your family. And remember, it can be in a time increment. It could be Friday mornings or with family, but you're available to work Friday afternoon or Friday evening. Think of those. And then you want to set aside power hours. Schedule them in your date book so then you actually do them. And we'll discuss what a power hour is here shortly. You want to mark your training opportunities. You don't want to forget our rallies, our team meetings, things like that, because they're there to help you. And when you invest in you, like we said, learning is always earning. So the more you learn, the more you earn. So, and then you can use green. I just didn't have green when I did yellow. That's the choice I decide to use when I do my parties. But you can use green spots for parties because green is money. So you can do that. Like I said, you want to schedule a power hour. It is very good to at least do two power hours a week. I highly recommend doing more like 3 or 4 if you can. It's just taking an hour out of your time. It doesn't need to be all in one segment of the day either. You could do 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes in the afternoon, 15 in the evenings, and maybe you have 15 minutes when you go and pick up the kids from school or something like that. So on 15 minutes you want to spend for your host calls. Those are times dedicated to call all your upcoming hostesses and get that party planning going, or find out how many people are going to be at the party, see if you need to bring a table, make sure the hostess knows what they need to make your recipe for that night. And then you spend 15 minutes making customer calls, follow up on orders that you might have. You might want to call previous customers and just tell them it's like customer service week and trying to get feedback from them on the different items that they got. Then 15 minutes is set aside for your recruit leads. Those are the people that you want to share the opportunity with that has expressed interest or that gave you a red flag or a window of opportunity at your party that you think would be good to contact. And then you want to spend 15 minutes for your dating calls, obviously, and do that. If you do that on a regular basis, you're going to see that your date book's going to fill up faster. You'll find that your own statistics, that it only takes so many contacts for you to get a yes. Don't be afraid of no. I mean, the way I look at it is the very first word that we've all learned as kids when we first started in this world was no. And that is our first word. So it's our first instinct right away. So remember that no can not always be not right now, or no, you didn't give me enough information yet. So you just need to talk with them. Don't be afraid of those no's. If I told you there was $100 under a rock, how many rocks would you pick up to find that $100? Again, don't fear the no. Start with the ones you know that will say no. Because when you start with the no's, you got them out of the way, and then you're going to be ready for those yeses. They won't kill you. You can always ask why somebody said no. Learn, and that will help you. And then the more you practice, the more perfect it makes. There is a fun little challenge out there called the 100 No Challenge. And it just simply looks like so. Try to get it there in the picture. The 100 No Challenge and everything. And it's strictly just trying to fill up those 100 no's and then record your yes responses below. You'll find that the yeses are coming before you can even get to the 100 no's. So where do you start? Who are you going to call? How are we going to get that figured out? The very first step of everything is to make your master list. You want to start with Frank. Friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors, and kids' acquaintances. So like their teachers and things like that, or kids' connections. You want to find a format for keeping your list current, whatever works for you. Some people use a notebook. Some use an Excel spreadsheet. Another good idea is taking index cards and putting the information on there, like if they hosted or if they date and everything, then you have everything there. If they say no and you're calling them in August and they say no and you're like, okay, well, can I check back in with you in a couple of months? Then you can just move that index card further back and be able to do it too. So do what works for you to keep your master list going. And I apologize, but I only have a tablet and it's handheld. So if you're moving all around and you don't see me or whatever, I do apologize. So a notebook for contacts at every party, event, at a fundraiser. Always carry a notebook with you. Because when you're out and about, you never know. You might meet somebody, and wouldn't it be a good place to have it right there in there? There are some different ideas, like here's an example of an Excel spreadsheet where it just shows, your relatives. So you write all your relatives there, their name, and any notes or results, and obviously their phone number. You do want to keep your phone number in your list so you always have that. You might think, I have them programmed in my phone. Not a big deal. Sometimes those contacts get lost. So it is good to always keep a hard copy of those so you don't lose those on your phone and stuff. Friends, think of people who you have at work. Think of your acquaintances and neighbors. Activities, list people from all organizations you've been in. Do you volunteer for something? List those people. Are your kids in school? Who are their teachers? Who are their friends' parents? Get all those names and numbers written down. You'll quickly discover that you know more people than you think you know. So now it's time to start contacting everyone. Very important is word choices. You want to make sure you use good word choices. A lot of times I eliminate the word party when I'm talking to my potential hostesses and things like that, because people hear party and they're thinking, oh, I got to clean my house. I got to make sure the kids are good. I got to find a sitter. And it's just so much work and they just want to relax and get back together. So I just say, a gathering. Wouldn't it be nice to gather your friends and family and have an evening of relaxation? Don't be afraid to call them. What works really great is, my director challenged me to get 6 practice parties, and can I count on you to help me practice what I'm doing with my new business? Just remember, the practice makes perfect. Again, start with the no. Look at your blanket contacts versus your personal contacts. Blanket contacts are those that you might have met out and about. You don't really know them. You built a little bit of rapport with them. But obviously your personal contacts are like your family, your friends, those that know you. All it takes is one good party, and I'll teach you how to date parties at parties in class number 4. So celebrate each small step. You can do customer service calls where you're just calling customers who bought an item from you. You're calling and checking to see how they like the problem. What do they use it most for? If there's anything that you think Tupperware should bring back, those kind of things. I don't broach the party idea. I don't start talking about parties. I'm making that call all about them until they give me a window of opportunity. And then I will open it up to invite them to a party and stuff. And those calls do work tremendously. They could result in warranty. They could result in parties. I've even gotten a fundraiser from doing one. But bottom line is you have a lot of happy customers that are so happy that you thought of them and took time and called them. So it's branding yourself while you're doing it too. When you do vendor events, you can do thank you calls to them. Ask 20 people a question about Tupperware. Ask them what their favorite piece is. When was the last time they attended a Tupperware party? Do a survey. One of the best ways to get more leads and contacts too is schedule your own party. Have an open house. Invite people over to come see what's new with Tupperware. Some word choices for you. Fun, food, and free. Those are some big things that everybody loves to hear. Another way you can say things is, I'm looking for the first 3 people to say yes to my free Tupperware. It's a great way to do it without being pushy. There was Melanie Parker, who is a direct sales coach. She did a excellent how to book parties without being pushy class. That you can do that too. If you're interested in that, get with your director and we can forward you that information so that you can see that class as well. And then download her booklet and stuff. It is full of great ideas and everything for you as well. Bottom line, parties are the answer. And that is where you're going to be working your business the most. The party is your office. And if you're going to do it, you might as well do it right. So there's 4 kinds of parties. We have a home party, an in-home party, a catalog party, an online party, and a Tupper Connect party. So the home party. This is an area where you can work smarter, not harder. You have an audience in front of you. It's a physical get-together, obviously. You demonstrate products, you find new hosts, you find new team members. The customers and the host can meet you, and relationships are formed. It can happen anywhere with any number of people. Like I tell all my potential hosts, whether you have 2 or 20, I'm going to spoil and pamper you the same. It's not going to make a difference to me at all, no matter how many are there at the party. All of them are going to be spoiled, pampered, and treated like royalty with me. And it is the most efficient and effective way to build your business. Think about it. You're doing the work. You're in control of the sales you get. You're in control of the datings you get. You're in control of the consultants that you get up underneath you. When you do a book party, you lose that control because you're not getting those contacts. You're not seeing the people. And the hostess doesn't do what you do, so they don't always necessarily know what they have to do to be able to make that successful to you as well. So then we have our catalog party, or what we at Shazam a lot, we call it one of our fluffer parties. They are good. They're good to fill in some empty areas, help draw in quick sales and things like that. And they should be offered to a hostess after you've asked them to have an in-home party. If they won't do one, then you can then offer that aspect. A lot of times I do go into offering that aspect, and then I finish it with, well, just remember you're doing all the work and you're paying me to sit at home. And then they end up deciding to change it to an in-home party. So those things kind of work. And then all my catalog show hosts, I also ask them to just bring 2 or 3 friends over the night we close. So I can show a couple of products, but make sure there are 2 or 3 people that did not order from you already. And now you just turn that catalog party into a little bit more control that you can have at an in-home party. So when you do a catalog party, the consultant gives a host packet and host collects the orders. It's good for padding your sales. Not good to build your business, especially if you're new. You have nobody that you're meeting, no products are being demonstrated, no relationships are built, no future business is generated. So it is best. I mean, when you do a catalog show, I do also ask my hostesses to make sure that they have the name and phone number and everything of everybody who orders, and I highlight it because when you highlight it, it kind of draws attention to it, so people fill it out. So even though I couldn't meet them, I now have their information that I can call them and follow up with them and do one of those customer calls that I talked about a little bit earlier and see how things are going for them. A home party, even with the few guests, will give you better results 90% of the time. So like I say, consider a half and half party. Your host collects orders, and then you do a mini party at her home or office. They collect orders. Just like I said, where I have her invite 2 to 3 people over that did not order already, so that we can do a quick little demo. And then I may only show like 2 or 3 products real quick. Or I'll be like, oh, it looks like you guys need a snack, and I'll hurry up and whip up some sauces, so I'm showing something. Or just making it fun for that little bit of time. And of course I give them a gift for coming and doing that for her. Online party, if you must have a plus or gold website. If you don't have the plus or gold website, you will not be able to do an online party. I mean, that is how you get your website for people to be able to shop online. The host has to set it up. They don't get much assistance from you. The system ending date is 14 days after it opens. There's absolutely no flexibility. You can't change the date. You can't do anything. After 14 days, the host is sent a e-certificate for 10% of the sales. And it doesn't matter. They need a minimum of $200. And it doesn't matter if they have a $200 online party or a $1,000 online party. All they get is 10%. No extra gifts, no dating gifts, no spoiling, no pampering, none of that fun stuff. So you can go to your website and check more out on that. If they insist that they want an in-home party, always, always, always try to talk them into a Tupper Connect party. All that you have to do with the Tupper Connect, it now brings you into the party a little bit here, that you can actually add more. You can give her the flexibility. If she needs an extra day or 2, you'll be able to add an extra day or 2. The biggest requirement with this is they do need to collect $175 in orders from their books and catalogs that are not placed online in order to draw those in for you. So that's the bottom line. But once you do that, then it's just like you were in her home and you did the party. She can get all the hostess rewards and everything else like we offer at an in-home party. So she can invite out-of-towners. Those who can't attend can still shop. I do recommend that you marriage your Tupper Connect, whether it's a catalog show or an in-home party. Put them together, even an in-home party. So when those guests can't come to that party, they can still jump online and your host gets credit for it. And, sometimes one sale brochure is going to end on Friday, but the party's not till Saturday. Those can jump online real quick and take advantage of those sales online before they end Friday night, just adding to it as well, too. True story here. I'm going to kind of read you a true story about catalog parties. Are they worth it? A consultant excited about the new line of product and some company special sends an email to her customers and let them know that she'd love to send them a catalog if they'd enjoy receiving one. One of her customers responds that she is very excited to see a new line and that she'd like to receive free product by hosting a party. Although the customer does not live far away, inclement weather plays a role, and the consultant opts to mail out several catalogs and stay in touch with the customer via email. Several weeks thereafter, a very discouraged customer hostess emails the consultant back, telling her that she's got no orders and that her friends aren't excited about the product or the tax and the shipping and charges. They tell her they are sure they can get comparable product in a retail venue. The consultant, who's now also very discouraged, emails her upline for advice on how to handle the situation. What went wrong? It's very simple. She took out all personal contact. Your voice is very powerful. Take the time to go meet your hostess. See her in person. Talk to her. Explain everything to her. Hostess coach her. Get all of that in line so that you can get it. 10 quick tips to maximize a catalog party. Always set a closing date. Again, ask her to invite 2 to 3 friends over for you to collect the orders. Coach your hostess, whether it's a catalog or in-home, that should be a top priority all the time. Offer to mail catalogs. There are still people that prefer to see it in snail mail and not see it online, so make that offer and gesture. Be sure your hostess knows how to complete your order forms and collect proper payment. Don't assume your hostess will know what to say. Help her with scripts. To show her purchases with purchases. Show her the attendance offer. All of that stuff. They help them. Consider leaving your hostess a small sampling of product for her friends and family to see. Mini demo your products to the hostess before she begins, because you get her excited on a product, she's going to be talking that product most, and then she will probably go out and sell most of those products. Recruit your hostess. Anyone who's successful at a catalog hostess should be in the Tupperware business for sure, because they were out just doing your work and just sold a lot of Tupperware. So recruit her. Ask her if she'd like to make the money doing it next time instead of paying you to do it. And then always ask her, how did she do it? When you have that hostess who does a great job, ask her what she did. How did she make the show a success? The information is invaluable in training team members and in coaching the next catalog hostess. And plus, it's going to let you know a secret. It's how we get some of our best tips, is straight from our hostess directly. Tips to maximize your home party. You want to set a goal with yourself. What results do you want from the party? Set a goal with the host so she can work the party as well. You want to build attendance, so you want to teach her the frank of who all to invite. Double host. Do you have a best friend that you could think would love to have a party right now? Let's call her up and ask her to do the party with you and invite her friends along too. Count that as a dating for your first hostess, and now you're doing a double host party. How to invite, remind her that you will send invites out for her when she returns a invite list to you with stamps and all. But the most important is the personal invite. Excuse me. That means so much more. People feel so much better when they're personally invited into someone else's home. They can set up a Facebook event, Tupper Connect, stripper bag. When they have 10 or more attendants, you'll bring out the stripper bag, which we'll cover more of that a little bit later. Outside orders. Encourage her to have outside orders. I have a little tic-tac-toe game in mind. When the hostess collects $200 in outside orders, she gets an X. And then when she has them in a row, she gets different rewards and stuff there too. You want to check in regularly. Make sure she knows how to do it, to check in with her friends and family that she showed the catalog to see if they're interested, what they want. Show her how to do that. Maximize your demo. Always sell and set. Facts and forms, stories, sell. So don't leave anything out. Dating bids, ask everyone. Recruiting bids, ask me questions game, use the white envelopes. Be professional. That is key to everything, is being professional. You want to show up on time. You want to dress appropriately, at least in business casual. Jeans are okay with a nice shirt if you really want. But, don't be wearing the sweatpants or the yogas or the pajamas, because you're just going to be showing that. Unless you're doing a themed pajama party, then you could. But you're just going to show that non-professional manner that you don't really want to carry. Communication, it's always good to send a thank you note to your hostess. It helps build a relationship with them as well too. So the formula that works all the time is if you take the number of orders times the amount of orders is going to equal your party total. So for example, you have 10 outside orders that total $350. You have 10 party orders that total $650. You now have a $1,000 party. That means you now have $200 in your profit for you, and then $220 in free. $250 profit for you. And then $220 plus in free for your host, plus the half off items and your host bonus offers. If you don't have them, get some theme parties. Even if you start with just 3 or 4, theme parties are good. It could be around a product like a date me. Could be around a season, summertime fun, girls' night out. It can be anything. It's a party. Have fun with it. Pajama party, ugly nighty party, all kinds of things. We have posted files on the Shazam page with all theme parties that we have. So check that out on our Shazam Facebook group. Download them, save them, choose a couple that you find fun, that excite you, because that's going to attract those fun people too, and the fun people get free Tupperware. So now it's up to you. You need to make your plan, make your list, make connections, make it happen. If you need help, ask your manager, ask your director, ask Heidi with Shazam. We're all here to help each other. We are a very strong team, and we're all about helping one another. And that's key to our success, is always being there for each other. Make an ask of yourself. So let's kind of connect here real quick and go over our homework. So some homework is to email Heidi and your director with 5 takeaways from this video. We want to know your goal. You can email Heidi at shazamenterprise@gmail.com, and then you should have your director's email as well too, to copy her in on that too. We all want to know your goal. Start your list. The first 5 people to 100 will get a gift. Post one of your ahas on Shazam Facebook. That will help encourage others. What are some things that you got from this video that you want to run with, and deadline is Sunday at noon. Don't be late. So thank you for joining me on this call. Again, I apologize if it was all over the screen and I was looking nervous or anything like that. Like I said, this is way out of my comfort zone. All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Good luck. Much success. Get those Franks started, those 100 list contact, and let's go out and party. Have a good day. Bye.